Welcome back. It is Thursday, May 11th, and the MLB. Our two favorite picks are on the way. You guys know who we are. I'm Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. Logan, feels like we've just been going sideways in the MLB. A 2-2 day yesterday. We didn't lose any money, didn't win any money, thanks to my value being plus money. I mean, I guess it's better to go sideways than to go downwards. So either way, a 2-2 day. Hopefully today can be a 2-0 day, and I think we certainly are capable of getting that done. Now, we do have a great offer, and I'm going to talk about it right now. It is going to be on our friends at BetFred. If you've never checked out BetFred, well, you maybe can check it out. It's available in Ohio, Maryland, Arizona, and Indiana. So here's the offer that they're giving out. If you want to check it out, you certainly can. The links are down below in the description. You bet $50, you can get $111 in free bets and also get $200 a week, up to I think $1,000 over 5 weeks. So if you want to check it out, more details down below in the description. Again, it's in Ohio, Maryland, Arizona, and Iowa or Indiana. But Logan, I'm feeling a good day on the road. We got some early games. We only have a short 6-game slate, but what do you got for the people today? What you cooked up for them?
Yeah, I'm going to another total. Like we had success in that Dodgers game yesterday. We're going to the Padres versus Twins game, and I'm taking the over 8 runs in this one. Minus 110 odds on DraftKings is currently your best value for this one. Now, like yesterday, which I did get a lot of hate on that Dodgers over pick, and it was looking pretty bad through the first few innings because Kershaw and Miley were just absolutely cooking. And then I was like, just sitting back in my chair, I'm like, you got to trust the line a little bit. Yeah, Miley absolutely imploded. But I'm doing some line reading again, like I did on the total yesterday. You got two pitchers with low ERAs. The line opened at 8.5, just like it did yesterday in that Dodgers game. Despite these two teams going under in the previous two matchups as well. The line is also high with two streaky offenses and two pitchers that have low hard hit percentage, right? Normally, like the stats are actually pretty in favor of the under in this one. I'll tell you right now, everyone and their mother is also on the under in this one. So, once again, as I did in the Dodgers game and had success with it, I'm going to take the over, and I'm going against the grain. And you got Bailey Ober pitching for the Twins today. 0.98 ERA, 0.87 whip. Those numbers are fantastic. I'm not going to pretend that those numbers aren't good, but I've seen Bailey Ober pitch before, right? And I declare he's not a sub 1 ERA guy. Like I declared Wade Miley was not a sub 3 ERA guy, and he gave up like 5-6 runs. Bailey Ober will give up at least 2 or 3 runs today. That's a not even bold prediction one bit. His opponents have been pretty weak, right? Played against the Nationals, the Royals, and the Guardians, right? Those are not 3 great offenses. I'm not calling the Padres a good offense either, but with their talent, I'm saying they have potential, and that's kind of what the this pick is. You're gonna have a lot of people in the comments, and I kind of agree with you, Logan. This is like a just trust me pick. Yeah, it is a trust me pick because San Diego was 0 for 5 runners in scoring position yesterday, 2 for 10 runners in scoring position the day before. Those, the opportunities will be there. Today, they just have to be more efficient, right? I think they're going to definitely be able to convert some of those runners in scoring position finally into runs because yesterday they weren't really able to do that. Now, if you also are looking at K props, which I don't touch those because they're too volatile, but Bailey Ober's K props only 4.5, which he's had 6 Ks in 2 out of 3 starts this season. I think the books might sense some trouble for him today. Look, the narrative for both these teams is they can just be plate disciplined and not swing outside the zone. I know I'm asking a lot there, but they should be able to draw some walks, which will draw some base running opportunities. And I think the Padres can do that against Bailey Ober. Now, can the Twins get some hits and runs up on Yu Darvish? 3.19 ERA. That jumps to actually a 4.5 ERA on the road. Darvish also walks problem, right? 6 walks and 2 road starts. Twins, this is my message to you right now. I'm looking in the camera. Please practice some dang plate discipline. Oh my gosh, everyone remembers that video of Carlos Correa when I picked the Twins, just swinging, had a high fastball that wasn't even close to the zone, and then the crowd started booing. Yeah, please don't do that today, right? Twins left a lot of runners in scoring position for me when I picked them 2 days ago, and naturally they had the win yesterday and make me rip my hair out. They were 1 for 9 in runners in scoring position that game, but they were finally more efficient yesterday, right? 4 for 10 runners in scoring position. I like to see that they're at least trending in the right direction, so I have evidence that they can at least get some hits and runs up on Darvish. Twins hitting 243. At home, 13th best in OPS. I know the potential of this offense, right? They just have to execute, right? These two teams are mirror images of each other. They're so dang streaky, but I think they can get some hits and runs up on the 2 starting pitchers. And can they do it in the bullpen? I think so. Minnesota 12th in bullpen ERA, Padres 15th in bullpen ERA. I still think we can find some run opportunities in there. Maybe 3 or 4 runs late in this game in the last few innings. The numbers might not support the over in this one, but I am blindly trusting the line, and I've seen this way too many times. Everyone and their mother's son under has to naturally go over like it did yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the over in this one. But Austin, what do you got for us today?
Yeah, look, and I really like the play. Very similar to yesterday. I'm confident that gets it done. If the Twins put up a goose egg, I'm asking for a forfeit out of you. I don't know what that'll be, but the Twins, they got to show up and get you some run support. Now, I did realize at the top of the show I did not recap exactly what our plays were. So if you were curious what we did yesterday, it was a 2-2 day at the White Sox Royals over 9.5. They got that done. Shout out to the Royals for carrying the whole all of it yesterday, and then Logan, like you talked about, Dodgers Brewers over 8. Dodgers carried that. I don't even think Logan doesn't need to talk about Angels team total over. That was a that was a fun one. But as for my pick though today, it's going to be a little bit unorthodox, a little bit something that I haven't really done a whole lot this year for baseball. It's going to be a same game parlay, and I'm going to give you different leans as to what you can do if you can't bet a same game parlay, and hopefully that everything works out here and we can cash out. Now, here we go. It's going to be in the Reds game. It's an early start, 12:35 p.m. Eastern time. Logan's is right after mine at like 1:10. So if you look at this one, I'm taking the Reds team total over 3.5. I'm taking Jonathan India of the Reds to record a hit. This is currently plus 115 on DraftKings. Now, before my FanDuel users go out there and say, I can't do it. I don't know why FanDuel doesn't have a team total for the Reds. Look, I don't know what FanDuel does. Sometimes they don't post lines. They're going to have a line for the Reds and team total, and I think you can actually same game parlay it with India to record a hit. Now, obviously, if you can't same game parlay, Reds team total over 3.5 will be my play. However, it was a little juiced. It was about minus 130 on PointsBet, minus 145 a couple other places. I also like Jonathan India to get us a hit. Worst case scenario, Reds soar over the over 3.5, and Jonathan India doesn't record a hit, which has potential, but we'll talk about that in a second. Now, let's talk about why exactly I like this this over 3.5 for the Reds, because that's going to be the real one that we really need to get done. And while I did consider that as my regular pick, I'd rather take this for a little bit of plus 115. Now, look, you look at Jonathan India, something I always get a little bit concerned about is that they might get rested, but India, knock on wood, has played in every game so far this year. Not a guy that misses a lot of games, and India's been really, really good. If you look at him, he's batting over 330, 337 versus right-handed pitchers, 339 at home, which he gets both of those today. And he has a hit in 27 of 36 games. That's 75% of the time. In the 9 games, he did not get a hit. The Reds did score 4 runs in 3 of those 9 games. Just playing percentages, I think India can get us a hit. But who's going to have to get hits up, and who are they going to have to get the damage done? It's going to be against Kodai Senga of the New York Mets. And while I look at this game, and like Logan talks about line reading, you're looking at this line. You're sitting at a line at 10.5 for the regular games, 10 on some books. Like, they just scored 3 runs yesterday, and now you're laying a number at 10. And I don't think it's going to be a situation where the Mets just put the team on their back and get you to 10, get the over 10 without at least some support from the Reds. And I think the Reds could potentially win this game. It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't see them winning it without at least getting 4 runs. They had 4+ runs in 4 straight games prior to yesterday. They only mustered up two hits and 1 run versus Verlander. Naturally, the 1 run came in the first inning when it was a year fee, but still, I think they're going to be able to get to Senga. I mean, Senga enters with a 3.38 ERA and a 1.47 WHIP. You look at the 2 guys' ERAs here, you're seeing guys with like a 3 and 4 ERA, yet you're getting over at 10. So I think we're going to see some runs scored today, and Senga coming off a great performance. 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, only 2 hits allowed, and 4 walks. So coming off a great performance, is some regression going to come his way? Because in his previous starts, you look at him, he had 2, 4, and 4 earned runs, easily getting this done. So easily getting the Reds team total, helping them out. And Senga, something that he has struggled with is command. 3+ walks in all 6 of his starts, 4+ walks in each of his last 4. Now, the worst case scenario, he just starts walking India, and that would be, I'd probably want to blow my brains out, but I don't think that's going to happen. India is not, a guy, he can draw walks, but I think India can get some hits on him. But Senga also struggled on the road. That's where we've seen him have 1, 4, and 4 earned runs in those starts. So I'm confident the Reds can get to him. I don't think you put an over-under at 10 in this game without Senga at least supporting us a couple runs. And then we're asking the Mets bullpen, which is very average, mediocre, 3.97 ERA, 1.14 WHIP. I think the Reds can do it. I think they can get us 4 runs today, and hopefully India's helping them out. If India could hit us a grand slam, I don't know what we would do, but that's probably not going to happen. We aren't that lucky. But I do think that India will get on base, get us a hit. And I think they'll be able to get some runs up on Senga. So I know it's a little unorthodox, but it's an unorthodox like 6-game slate, and we don't even have lines for one of the games. So kind of have to be creative, but I like the value that we're getting here on DraftKings. Like I said, Reds team total over 3.5 in Jonathan India to record a hit will be my favorite play. That's plus 115 on DraftKings, playing 1 unit to win 1.15. Now, Logan, normally right now we would have the Nerfy Nation music flying. We'd fly in the flags. Now, we won't be flying the flags today, but because there's a short slate, but we do want to talk about 2 leans, and I'll let Logan kick this off with a lean he had. We're not going to give out a Nerfy because we don't want to force one out there. Our record's basically 500 on the year. No reason to force units on a short slate. But Logan, what was one that you looked at today? And then I'll talk about mine.
Yeah, I did look at the Diamondbacks Giants Nerfy in that one. Now, can you trust Henry to get you through the inning? Maybe, right? That's why I'm not forcing it though, right? Cobb is a good option for the Giants in that one. I think he'll actually be able to get the last 3 outs if Henry is able to get the first 3 outs in that one. I don't know. Austin and I have kind of talked about the Nerfy strategy going forward. We're going to do some more line reading on these Nerfies, and that none of the ones, if you're looking at them on the slate, really just scream a line read Nerfy. So we're not going to force it, but that would be my potential lean if gun to my head if I had to pick one today.
Yeah, and I'm kind of in the same boat. I was looking at the Rays, Yankees, and you got Rasmussen, you got Herman. They can get it done, but you got me messed up for the wrong guy. If you think I'm taking a Yankee Stadium, no one first inning. You got guys on the Rays side that have homers against Herman, at least the Rosarena. I think Yandy Diaz also. So not really worth forcing a Nerfy. I don't know if we will ever take one in Yankee Stadium. It's going to be pretty hard pressed for us to do that unless you're getting 2 aces on the mound. But even we've seen aces does not mean Nerfy. That's just not how it normally works. So we'll stick to our 2 plays. You see them at the bottom of the screen, but we're going with the Twins and Padres over 8. And I got my same game parlay, Reds team total over 3.5, and Jonathan India to record a hit. We have our parlay of the day. Top link in the description. If you want to check out that BetFred offer, you can check that out also down below in the description. Let's have a great Thursday. We'll see you guys back in tomorrow, hopefully with a little 2-0 day, and we'll see you guys then.